class, and I've got a very good news for you. So I have requested and invited one of our world-class IELTS instructor. His name is Arifin, and he's gonna take the class. So I would recommend you, please take pen and paper, take a lot of notes. And today he's gonna show you how to get 7+ in IELTS writing. So who is excited? Please type in the chat box excited. I'd like to see how many of you are really excited to know how to get 7+ in writing. Okay, so Zishan said excited. Soil said excited. Abdur said excited. Thank you. Thanks for responding. So Mr. Arifin, can you please help our students to show how to get 7+ in IELTS writing? So I'd like to hand over this class to Mr. Arifin. Please continue.
Thank you, Habib Bhai. Am I audible? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself and introduce myself to the students here who are very enthusiastic regarding the IELTS, and they're willing to take the journey of IELTS so that they can fulfill their dream in abroad. So first, let me introduce myself. I am Mohammad Isharifin Hossain. Currently, I'm pursuing a master's in Teesside University, UK, as a British Council grad scholar. And regarding my IELTS exam, I have achieved a total band score of 8 in my IELTS exam. So I guess that's a short introduction about me. So today I'm going to cover some of the topics of IELTS writing test. But first, I would like to go through the basic of IELTS first. I would like to give some idea of IELTS to our listeners here who are listening and who are watching to this tutorial. So let me share my slides. Just a minute. While I'm sharing my slides, the participants, can you please type in the chat box, how are you now? How are you feeling? So how are you? Just, you can type in the chat box. Can you please ensure if you can see the slide? Can you see the slides? Oh, the sound is low. You cannot hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you. I guess you can see the slides. Yeah. I don't know if what's the reason you guys are not listening to me properly. I don't know. It should be fine. All right. Let's start. So as you can see, what first before the beginning, I would like to let you know the definition of IELTS. IELTS stands for International English Language Testing System, and the test itself, it is designed to assess the English language ability of people who intend to study or work where English language is the language of the communication. For example, in UK, the language of communication, official communication is English. So you need to sit for an IELTS exam in order to work or study in the UK. So this exam, like, it takes total of 2 hours and 44 minutes, excluding breaks, because there can be breaks between the main 3 tests: writing, reading, and listening, and the speaking. So the speaking can be, you can sit for the speaking exam before the real test or after the real test, depends on your exam schedule. So there is a subtle difference between IELTS academic and IELTS general training in the reading and writing module, but I guess most of you are here for the IELTS academic exam. I guess you already know this. For the listening exam, you have 30 minutes, and you will listen to 4 recorded monologues and conversation, and you will answer 40 questions. So for the listening exam, you'll have only 30 minutes plus 10 extra minutes. You can transfer your answer to the answer script. So you'll get 10 extra minutes for that. But mainly for writing the answers, you'll be getting 30 minutes, and you'll be going through 4 recorded monologues, and the difficulty level will go from easier to harder. So at first you'll get the easier monologue, and at last you'll get the hardest monologue. In the listening test, so these are the 4 monologues, as you can see. Section 1 is you listen to a conversation between 2 people. So the first monologue is a daily life conversation between 2 people. So that's the easiest one. So that's the easiest part of the listening test. Then you'll listen to a different monologue. So for the monologue number 2, you'll listen to a monologue which is set in an everyday social situation. So this is like in everyday social situation, for example, having a conversation during taking meal with family. So monologue 2 will be a social conversation where there can be multiple people participating in the conversation. That will be the monologue 2. And for the monologue 3, you will listen to a conversation between up to 4 people, especially set in an educational or training context. So it can be context of discussing a particular assignment. So the monologue 3 will be regarding the academic context, discussing assignment, discussing any question paper. So this will be the topic of monologue 3, where there can be 4 people, 4 students discussing the assignment or any academic topic. So, and the monologue 4 will specifically be a lecture specifically. So it can be the lecture can be on an academic subject. So the speaker of this monologue will be only one. So you will listen to only one speaker's dialogue, which will be related to an academic subject. So it can be a university lecture. So these 4 topics are very crucial for the listening test, because you'll be getting these 4 monologues while you are attending your listening test. Now let's move on to the reading module. For the reading module, you'll have 60 minutes, unlike the listening module where you are getting 30 minutes. For the reading module, you'll get 60 minutes, and you'll get 3 long passages with tasks. So as you can see, for the reading, you'll be getting 3 passages to solve. So for each passage, you're getting 20 minutes approximately. So the passages can include non-verbal material such as diagram or map. So in the passage, you can see some maps, some diagrams. So depends on your passage, on your specific day's question of IELTS. So these passages, they actually are taken from books, journals, magazines. So these packages are like, for example, there is a very famous journal called Nature. Your passage can be one of the Nature's journal. So the range of these passages are from descriptive to factual. They can be about anything, but they will be not that much of a specific topic that you would not understand. So they will be not specialized passages. For example, the passage will not have many words from computer science. Suppose there is a passage which is related to computer science, but you will be able to understand that passage. So there will be no subject specific words in that passage. So the passages will be very generic so that everybody can understand. So I guess you do not have to worry about the meaning of the passage. If you know general English, you should be able to understand the passage. Okay, let's now move on to the writing task, which we'll be discussing in the latter part of this workshop. So for writing, you'll be getting 60 minutes, and there are two tasks for writing, task 1 and task 2. So unlike the previous modules where you'll be getting 40 questions each in the listening module and the reading module, in the writing module you are only getting just two tasks to answer, not 40, just two. But for these two, you will be allocated around 60 minutes. So as you can understand, these are descriptive tasks. You need to write some words. For example, for task 1, you have a minimum requirement of 150 words to write. And for the task 2 of IELTS writing test, you have 40 minutes to answer. So in total, you will be getting 1 hour, but because the task 1 is shorter, where the limitation is 150 words, it is expected that you will not spend more than 20 minutes on task 1, and then you'll have 40 minutes to spend on the task 2. The task 1 will be a report on a particular diagram or on a chart, and the task 2 will be an essay writing. So as we are very familiar with essay writing from our childhood, because if you guys follow the Bangladeshi education system, we get to write essays from our very childhood. So I guess you do not need to worry, because we know how to write essays, how to write English essays from our childhood. You need to just know some particular rules and regulations of IELTS exam in order to write that particular essay correctly, because IELTS has its own and own unique rules. So I guess it now is very clear for you guys. For the writing test of IELTS, you'll be getting 60 minutes, and you have to answer two tasks, which one of is report writing. So you need to write at least 150 words for the report, that is the task 1. And for task 2, you need to write an essay. So two tasks, task 1 is report writing, task 2 is essay writing. So now let's check your concentration. I don't know if you are still engaged with me or not. Can you please answer how many tasks you are going to get in the IELTS writing test? How many tasks you're going to get in IELTS writing test? Can you write it in the comment box, please? And let me see your answers. Two tasks. Exactly. Aisha Bakir, Sohel, Jishan, Mithila, Jahid. Awesome. You all are right. Yes, we are. You have to answer two tasks. You have to write two particular specific tasks for the IELTS writing test. So let's go through the description of the two tasks. For the task one, first of all, this is a formal test. So you have to write in a formal way. So you cannot write in a casual way. This is not your Facebook Messenger test. So like there is a difference between casual writing and formal writing. Formal writing is a writing style that we write for our school, colleges, universities, or offices. So you cannot write casually. For example, if you have a chat with your friend in your messenger inbox, you're writing casually. But if you're writing for your exam in your colleges, in your universities, you're not going to use some particular words that you pick while you're having a casual conversation. In formal writing, you need to pick formal words. So the IELTS writing test follow the formal style of writing. So you need to remember you're not writing or you're not having a conversation with your friend, rather you're having to write a formal report and a formal essay for the IELTS writing test. All right, so let's talk about the IELTS task one, writing task one. In task one, you will be presented with a graph, table, chart, or diagram. So there are different types of diagram, but in task one, you will be presented with a graph, a table, a chart, or a diagram. So I know you guys have ideas regarding different types of diagram. There can be different types of diagram. For example, bar chart, line chart, map of a particular place. So you'll be presented with different types of diagrams and you'll be asked to describe and summarize about that particular diagram. So that's the main task of IELTS writing test task one. So you need to summarize or you need to describe about a particular diagram or a particular chart. So in task two, as I have discussed earlier, you'll be asked to write an essay. Most probably the essay, there are different kinds of essays, but most probably you need to write your opinion, your own opinion. You need to express your own opinion in the IELTS writing test task two. So opinion-based essays are the most common topics of the IELTS writing test task two. So opinion, I'm again telling you because I am going to ask you, opinion-based essays are the most common topics in IELTS writing test task two. So can you guys please answer which kind of essay is the most common for the IELTS writing test task two? Which kind of essay is the most common for IELTS writing test task two? Can you answer this? Opinion based, exactly. Mithila, you're correct. Bakir, you're correct. Someone asked me, can we get this slide, please? Yeah, you can get it, I guess. I'll be giving it to the Authority of Hassle-Free Education. I guess they will pass it to you guys. Abdul Rahman, you're also right. Today we'll be seeing some demo how to write an opinion-based essay. So we'll be going through the IELTS writing test task 2. We'll be seeing how to write an opinion-based essay, as well as how to write a essay which is based on advantages and disadvantages discussion. So we'll be seeing 2 types of essay writing. So, all right. Thank you, Sheikh, Rosina. Let's go to the last part of this slide, and then I'll be discussing about essay writing particularly. But the last slide is regarding the speaking test. Not, I guess this will be the last test, which is speaking. You'll be given around 11 to 14 minutes for your speaking test. The speaking test includes short question, 2 minutes of monologue by you, and then structured discussion. So in the speaking test, there will be 3 parts. The part 1 is the introduction and interview. So in the part 1, the examiner will ask you some introductory questions and some short questions regarding your personal life, regarding your home, regarding your families. So very basic questions are asked in the part 1 of IELTS speaking test. The part 2 is individual long run. So you'll be given around 2 minutes for speaking about a particular topic. So in between those 2 minutes, the examiner will not interrupt you. You have to talk, you have to speak on your own without any interruption for 2 minutes. So that is the most difficult part of IELTS speaking test, where you get to speak for 2 minutes without interruption in the part 2 of IELTS speaking test. And in the part 3, there will be two-way discussion. In the part 3, the examiner will ask you descriptive questions, unlike the part 1, where the examiner will ask you short questions regarding your family life, regarding your daily life. But in part 3, the examiner will ask you descriptive question, where the examiner will be expecting broader answer from you. So you need to answer in a descriptive way in the speaking test part 3. So I guess now you can understand there are 3 different tasks in IELTS speaking test. The part 1 is the introduction and short question. The part 2 is individual long run, where you have to speak for 2 minutes without interruption. And the part 3 is two-way discussion, where the examiner will ask you descriptive question and you have to provide big answer, descriptive answers for those questions. So now can you guys write? Can you guys write how many parts are there for the IELTS speaking test? How many parts are there for IELTS speaking test? Can you guys write? Imran, Aisha, yeah, Mithila, you guys are correct. Kamal, you're not correct. 3 parts only, not 4. I have a question from Mr. Tanvir. Can you please tell me how to write a problem solution essay properly? We'll be going through essay related to your opinion-based essay, and advantages and disadvantages based essay. We'll be not going through the problem solution essay today because it is a matter of proper discussion. But yes, for the problem and solution essay, I guess you have written it wrongly. It should be the causes and solution essay. There is a specific type of essay, Mr. Tanvir, which is called causes and solution type essay. So for causes and solution type essay, you need to write it using 4 paragraphs. So the first paragraph will be the introduction. The second paragraph will be discussing the causes of a particular problem. The third paragraph will be discussing the solution of a particular problem, and the last paragraph will be the conclusion, where there will be a repetition of your of the causes and the solution. So you need to write 4 paragraphs, Mr. Tanvi, for the causes and solution essay. All right. I guess we're done with this slide, where I have uh, given you some brief glimpses of the task that you'll be getting for your IELTS exam, and I have gone in depth regarding the IELTS writing test as well. So we'll be seeing some example of IELTS writing test essays right now. So before going to that part, I would like to ask you if you have some question. If you have some question regarding anything, you can ask me. If you have some question from this part of my workshop, then you can ask me. Then I'll be moving on to the next part of my workshop. If there is any question, Tanvi, thank you. I'm glad that you have got my point. If you have any question, you can write. Otherwise, you can write that you don't have any question. Then I'll be moving on. And let me close this slide. And open a new slide. I have got multiple questions here. Aisha has asked me, is keywords important for listening and reading module? Excellent point. For specifically for the reading module, you have to find out the keywords. I don't think keywords are that much important for the listening module, but for the reading module, it is very important that you find out the keywords in the passages, because you will be getting 3 passages in your reading module, and you need to find the keywords in order to understand the passage well and in order to answer the questions. Masuda Begum has asked, sir, how can we improve our writing? The only way to improve your writing skill is to write. There is no shortcut. You have to write a lot. If you want to improve yourself, you need to write a lot, and your writing need to be judged by someone experienced, so that you can get some feedback from your writing and you can improve yourself. So there is no other way to improve your writing but to write. Abdul Rahman asked me, sir, how can we improve our speaking and reading? So let me answer the reading module. Let me answer about the reading module first. For improving the reading, you need to practice a lot. So just buy the IELTS, Cambridge IELTS books, where you get a lot of model question or previous IELTS examination questions. And I guess you need to solve those questions from the day 1 to improve yourself in reading. But I can guarantee you can improve your reading score if you practice. Reading score can be improved by practicing only. And for speaking, you need to speak a lot. You can pick a friend whom you can talk in English, or if you don't have that kind of friend, you can talk in front of mirror. So talking in front of mirror or recording yourself while talking English, then listening to your own speech afterwards will help you a lot to improve your speaking skills. But I would suggest you and I recommend you to find a friend whom you can talk with for several times a day in English. Aisha said reading module is very hard, so how can I improve that? Yes, reading module is kind of the toughest module, I would say, for some people. So for reading module, there is no way but to practice. I guess you're getting very low scores initially, while when you have started your practicing, you'll get to come across very low scores initially. But when, believe me, when you start practicing and when you know some tips and tricks, when you know some particular tips and tricks regarding reading, there are a lot of tricks while you pursue reading a module. There are a lot of tricks that you can follow to answer the reading module within the timeline, within the duration. Then I guess by practicing, abiding by the rules, you can get good score. And Rosina Prantika Shaha has asked, sir, how can we evaluate our writings? That is one of the toughest job, to evaluate your own writing. So I guess you'll be needing someone who have the knowledge of IELTS. Yeah, you can evaluate yourself if you have the knowledge of IELTS and if you have accurate, proper grammatical knowledge or the knowledge of formal writing. But I guess for most of you, that's not the case. So you need someone to evaluate your writing. Makar Makars Q-card is not, in my opinion, Makars Q-card is not important for the IELTS test. I have not followed any Makars Q-card. All right. Only content that I have followed is the official IELTS Cambridge book, the model questions actually. So I have followed just that book only. Thank you everyone for your questions. Now I guess I can move to the next session where I'll be discussing writing an essay. Can you guys see the PDF? Is it clear? All right. Yeah, so I have talked about opinion-based essay, where in the question you will be asked to express your opinion. So this is an example of opinion-based essay. So this is a particular example which deals with agreement or disagreement. So in the question, as you can see in the question card, the question is, big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. This is the question. And the ask is, do you agree or disagree? Provide relevant examples if necessary. So in the question card, in the IELTS writing test, you will be given a question card. As you can see, this is related to IELTS writing task 2. So this is related to IELTS writing task 2, and here you can see a card, a question card, and in the question card there will be a specific topic. So at first you will be given the topic, and then the second part of the question you will see what to do. So here they're asking particularly for your agreement or disagreement. So the topic is, big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. This is the topic, and they are asking for your agreement or disagreement. So either you can agree with this topic or either you can disagree with this topic and continue your essay writing. So before writing your essay, you need to fix, are you agreeing with this topic or you're expressing disagreement with this topic. So you need to express your thoughts first. So you can ask me, sir, which way I should go. Should I agree or should I disagree? I will say um, pick agreement or disagreement which you like the most, because you need to write in favor of agreement or in favor of disagreement. So if you can write more in favor of agreement, you have to choose agreement, or if you can write more in favor of disagreement, you need to choose disagreement. Nobody will be going to judge you regarding your agreement or disagreement. You can choose any of them. Nobody will going to judge you on your decision, rather they will be judging you on your English writing. So you can choose any of one of them as long as you feel comfortable. So the topic again, big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. Now, can you answer? Do you guys agree or disagree? I'm looking for your answers. Big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. Do you agree or disagree? Disagree. All right. Everybody is disagreeing. All right. So, and Jishan has agreed with the topic. All right. Let's move on. So first, before writing or before starting the essay, or before choosing the side, I mean the agreement side or disagreement side, you need to generate 2 or 3 supporting points for your choice. So you need to generate 2 or 3 supporting points for agreement and for disagreement as well. So for the task above, you have 2 possible options. Either you fully agree that the big salary is more important than job satisfaction, or you completely disagree that big salary is more important than job satisfaction. Here, you don't have any option to partially agree or partially disagree. As you can see the question again, do you agree or disagree? You have to either completely agree or completely disagree. There is no option of partial agreement or partial disagreement. Just keep in mind that this question usually, if they ask you about agreement or disagreement, either you have to completely agree or completely disagree. There is no in between. So now let's generate supporting points for each of the opinions. So if you are going with the big salary is more important, if you're agreeing with this, what will be your supporting points? Having a job with high salary makes people feel satisfied no matter what kind of job they do. This can be one point, that money is everything. If you have money, then nothing else matters to you. This can be one point. Another point can be money is essential for survival and good living, because money is the commodity which we use for, for getting our life going on, for getting our food, for getting our house. So money is the essential commodity that we use in our everyday life. So money is essential for survival and good living. So these can be the supporting points for big salary is more important, this agreement, this type of agreement. And if you agree to job satisfaction is more important, then there can be, I guess, some 3 or 4 supporting points you can come across. Job satisfaction give you a sense of fulfillment. This can be a supporting point. Like you feel happy inside you. It gives you a sense of fulfillment. If you are satisfied with the job, even if you are getting some low income from the job, but if he gives you your inner happiness, that can be a point that it gives you a sense of fulfillment. Doing what you like keeps you motivated. So this is another point. If you work on your passion, or if you work on a topic that you like, it will not be considered as a job. You can consider it as fun. So doing what you like keeps you motivated. And the last option can be money can't buy happiness. So it can be one more supporting point, that money cannot buy happiness. You cannot buy happiness using money. So money is not everything in life. So these can be the supporting points if you are disagreeing with the topic, if you are going for job satisfaction is more important. So these are the supporting points for that. So again, choose the side where you can write the most. So it is not about your personal view, rather it is about your own level of writing. So if you are disagreeing and if you can write more, if you are disagreeing, then choose disagreement. But if you are agreeing, then I think you are sure that you can write more if you choose the agreement. So choose agreement or disagreement based on your writing capability rather than your personal preferences. This is very important. Nothing here in the IELTS exam, there is nothing to take personal. So I guess even if you like, even if you think that big salary is more important, but you can write more if you choose job satisfaction, then you need to choose job satisfaction, because it is very important to choose agreement or disagreement based on your writing capabilities, not based on your personal preferences. So that will be my suggestion. So here, as you can see, we can write more if we select job satisfaction is more important. So if we express disagreement with this particular topic that we are given, we can write more. That's why I'm choosing job satisfaction is more important. That means that's why I'm expressing disagreement with the topic, because I can write more if I choose disagreement. That's why I'm disagreeing with the topic, because I can write more. So that is one of the fundamental rule of IELTS writing, that choose something that you can write more rather than going for your personal preferences. So here, if you look at the 4 parts, as I have, I guess, for answering one of the particular question, I have said that you need to write 4 paragraphs in the IELTS writing test task 2 essay. You need to write 4 paragraphs. So in each case, any kind of topic, any kind of essays, in each case, you need to write 4 paragraphs. The first paragraph will be the introduction one. So the first paragraph will be the introductory paragraph. The body paragraph, there will be 2 body paragraph, paragraph number 1 and paragraph number 2, and the conclusion. So for sure, you need to write 4 paragraphs in your IELTS writing test task 2. For writing your essay, you need to have 4 paragraphs where one is introduction, one is conclusion, and the other 2 is your body paragraphs. So how many paragraphs you have to write? Can you answer in the chat box? How many paragraphs you have to write for answering this essay or for constructing this essay? 4. Yeah, 4 paragraphs. Yeah, you guys are correct. You need to structure your essay using 4 paragraphs. One will be introduction, one will be conclusion, and other 2 will be the body paragraphs. So here, for this particular essay, where you are giving your opinion, you are agreeing or disagreeing, your body paragraph, because you need to write 2 body paragraphs, your body paragraph number 1 will be the first reason of your agreement or disagreement, and your body paragraph 2 will be the second reason of your agreement or disagreement. So in these two paragraphs, you need to describe your reason for the agreement or disagreement. So at first you start with the introductory paragraph, then describe one of the reasons for your agreement and disagreement, and describe the second reason for your agreement and disagreement in the body paragraph number 2, and then finish the essay with the conclusion paragraph. So these 4 paragraphs are needed for answering the essay. So let's look at the introduction part, how to write the introduction. So for writing the introduction, you can write the introduction in 2 sentences. If you wish to write it using more than 2 sentences, that's completely fine. So the first sentence will be the paraphrase version of the statement itself. So this is very important. When you are writing the introduction, the first sentence of the introduction will be the paraphrased version of the statement that is given in the question. So you need to paraphrase it. How many people here know the definition of paraphrasing? Do you know what is paraphrasing? I'm looking for your answers right now. Do you know what is paraphrasing? If you know, please write yes. If you don't know, Mithila has written synonym. It's not just the synonym. Paraphrase is more than using synonym. Paraphrasing is expressing the same topic using different sentence structure or using different words. So if one reader reads one sentence and then you paraphrase that sentence using different sentence structure and different words, the reader will be getting the same meaning, but the sentence structure will be different. So the reader will think this is a new sentence. So keep in mind while paraphrasing, it is not just the word synonyms. For paraphrasing, you need to change the sentence structure as well, so that it can become a new sentence in total. But the sense or the meaning will be same, but the sentence structure and the words will be different. So let's get back to our statement before paraphrasing it, because in our introduction we are starting our introduction with the paraphrasing of the statement itself. So let's get back to the statement. The statement is big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. Big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. This is the statement. We need to paraphrase it. Now I'll be asking you guys to paraphrase this sentence for me. Can you paraphrase this sentence? Please write in the comment box. So I'm waiting. Big salary is much more important than job satisfaction. You need to paraphrase this. And now I'll be discussing the paraphrase version here in the PDF. But please write your own version. Please write your own version. So here you can see the paraphrase version. It is often argued that it is more advantageous to choose a job with high wage, even if it doesn't appeal to you at all. So look, the paraphrase version, it did not just use the synonyms, as you have said, just changing the words. No, that's not the case. For the paraphrasing, you need to use a separate sentence structure for better paraphrase version. So you can say it is believed that it is more advantageous to choose a job with high wage, even if it doesn't appeal to you at all. So this is a perfect paraphrasing version. Or you can, if you cannot go to this extent, you can write on your own. You can write your own paraphrase version, which is maybe just a different sentence structure. But keep in mind, changing just the words will not work. So it is expected to you that you will be using a new sentence structure. So that's the paraphrase version of our statement. It is often argued that, or you can say it is believed that it is more advantageous to choose a job with high wage, even if it doesn't appeal to you at all. So you can write like this. And then for the sentence 2 of the introduction, you need to say whether you agree or disagree, whether you agree or disagree. So the first sentence will be the paraphrase version, or you can write one more sentence after that regarding the topic. Then in the last sentence, you need to express whether you agree with the topic or disagree with the topic. And remember, I have asked you that you need to completely agree, you need to express your complete agreement or complete disagreement. You cannot partially agree or you cannot partially disagree. That's why you are writing, I completely disagree with this opinion and think that job satisfaction is much more important than salary. So here you're expressing your complete disagreement. So please keep this in mind while you are answering the essay, opinion-based essay, and you are expressing your agreement and disagreement. Try to write this, you completely agree or you completely disagree. So here the case, in this case, we are expressing our disagreement. So you can write, I completely disagree with this opinion and think that job satisfaction is much more important than the salary. So here you're expressing your complete disagreement. So what is important is to extend your opinion. I can write just this sentence, I completely disagree. That's it. No, that's not the case. For the essay's introductory paragraph and for the last sentence, you need to extend your opinion. Why you are expressing your disagreement, why you are expressing your agreement. Just extend your sentence and give that answer. Here, you are expressing your disagreement and you are giving the reason in this sentence itself. So this last sentence is called thesis statement. If you go to the formal terms of English essay writing, this is called a thesis statement, where you are giving your opinion and the reason for your opinion as well. So for the sentence number 1, you are paraphrasing the topic. For the sentence number 2, you are giving the thesis statement, where you are expressing your own opinion with uh, actual reason, with relatable or relevant reasons. So you are expressing your complete disagreement, that's fine, but state the reason for your disagreement here. So I completely disagree with this opinion and think that job satisfaction is much more important than salary, and you can state the reason for this. Because in the body paragraph 1 and in the body paragraph 2, you are going to express the reasons itself. So you can just state the reasons that you have chosen here in the thesis statement if you wish. So try not to forget the extended version of your agreement and disagreement. So in the sentence 2, you need to express whether you agree or disagree and extend your opinion, give some reasons. That's it. So that's the introduction. So let's go to the body paragraph 1. As you have remembered, I have told you that in body paragraph 1, you need to explain the first reason for your agreement or your disagreement. So here in the body paragraph 1, the sentence 1 will be you will be stating the first reason of your agreement and disagreement. So for the sentence 1, you need to express your first reason of agreement and or disagreement. So I guess for the body paragraph 2 also, you need to start the body paragraph with the reason for your agreement or disagreement. So this will be your first reason. So what was our first reason? Our first reason was that job satisfaction gives us a sense of fulfillment. That was our first reason. That job satisfaction gives us a sense of fulfillment or inner peace. That can be the first reason. So and very important is linking words here. Look at this sentence. First of all, in this sentence, first of all, this linking word is used. First of all, so starting your sentence with this kind of linking words like moreover, first of all, at first, is very, very important. So the more you use these linking words, the more band score you get in IELTS. So using these linking words is very important. This is one of the pro tips, that you should use this kind of linking words. First of all, so I am starting with this first of all, so that the examiner can understand this is my first reason. This is my first reason of agreement and disagreement. I'm saying first of all. I believe that job satisfaction gives people a sense of fulfillment that no money can guarantee. So you are expressing your first reason. You are expressing your first reason in the sentence one. So in the in next two sentences, you need to explain the reason. You need to explain the reason further. So in the first sentence, you have just stated the reason, and in the sentence number 2 and 3 in your body paragraph 1, you need to explain the reason. So you need to explain why you think that job satisfaction gives a sense of fulfillment. Even if someone is earning high salary but feels tensed and compromises with his conscience, this person won't enjoy his life. So you are providing your facts here, that why you think that job satisfaction will give you a sense of fulfillment. Because if you are not satisfied with your job, you will feel tensed, and if you are tensed 24/7 a day, you will not, you will not be able to sleep in peace. You will not be able to enjoy your own life. So look at this point. You are explaining the reason itself, that why do you think job satisfaction give a sense of fulfillment in life. So in body paragraph 1, the first sentence, you are stating the reason, and in the sentence number 2 and 3, you are explaining the reason itself. And what is very important, in sentence 4, you can give an example. It is not mandatory, but remember, in the question card, it was mentioned that explain with relevant examples. In the question, it was mentioned that you need to explain with relevant examples if possible. So you should try to give an example. You should try to give an example. And here, remember, this example can be from your personal experience, or it can be a mention of a historic event, or it can be mentioned from any kind of literature. So giving some example with personal experience from our personal life is very easy. But if you can give any example from a historical perspective or from any kind of literature, that will be outstanding. So I think if you know any kind of example from literature or from history regarding job satisfaction, regarding joy of life, you can provide it here. That will be excellent. But if you don't know anything, do not worry. Just give an example from your own life. So you can make it up. No worries. You can make it up because you're talking about your own life. Nobody knows about your own life. You can make your example up. So, but give an example. So if you don't know any literature context, if you don't know any historic context, just give an example from your personal life. That will be all right. But do not forget to give an example. So here they have said, for example, a lot of famous researchers made their career choices not because of appealing wages, but because they were passionate about science. So here they have given example from a historic perspective. So they have talked about historic perspective rather than their own personal lives, which is very important. If you can, if you can refer to any historic perspective, cultural perspective, literature perspective, that is better than sharing your personal experience. So this is one of the example, and the concluding sentence of the body paragraph, you can write a short summary of your ideas in this paragraph. So just summarize your paragraph, what you have written this far in the body paragraph. At the last sentence of the body paragraph, you can summarize it. That's why it's more important to choose the kind of word that makes you happy than to look only at a high salary. So you are summarizing in the concluding sentence of this paragraph. So the first sentence, as I have told you, the last sentence of introduction is called thesis statement. The first sentence of any body paragraph is called topic sentence. So the first sentence will be the topic sentence of your paragraph. So it is regarded that if you write a topic sentence, if people read your topic sentence, they will be able to understand the topic of the whole paragraph. So write your first sentence in such a way that the reader can understand the topic of the whole paragraph. So here we have written that, first of all, I believe that job satisfaction gives people a sense of fulfillment that no money can guarantee. So by reading this topic sentence, the readers will be able to understand that this paragraph deals with the sense of fulfillment that is provided by job satisfaction. So write your first sentence using the first reason that you have chosen, and that should be the topic sentence of your paragraph. So here, in summary, for writing the body paragraph, you can write the body paragraph using 5 sentences. The first sentence will be the reason. So you have to state the reason of your agreement and disagreement in the first sentence. In the next 2 sentences, you need to explain the reason. In the next sentence, you need to give an example from your personal life or historic point of view or literature point of view. And in the last sentence, you need to summarize your whole paragraph. So using these 5 sentences, I am not telling that you need to just write 5 sentences. It can be more than 1 sentence, because sometimes when you are explaining the reason, it takes 3 or 4 sentences. When you are giving example, it takes 2 or 3 sentences. You cannot give example only with 1 sentence. It's totally fine. You can use 2 or 3 sentences for giving example. I'm just stating the steps that you will be taking for writing this body paragraph. So in total, 5 steps you need to take. So I think for body paragraph 2, it is the same. So how many steps we have to take in order to write the body paragraph 2? How many steps we have to take in order to write the body paragraph 2? Please write in the comment box. What do you think? 5 steps. Yeah, Mithila, you're correct. Same as the body paragraph 1, you need to take 5 steps in body paragraph 2. So in body paragraph 2, as you have expected, you need to explain the second reason that you have chosen. Abdur Rahman, thank you. So in the body paragraph 2, Komolika, thank you. So in the body paragraph 2, you need to state the second reason. So in the body paragraph 1, you have stated the first reason of your disagreement. And in the body paragraph 2, you are explaining the second reason of your disagreement. So your second reason is job satisfaction keeps you motivated for the job. So you can explain this reason. And look, you have started the sentence using this word, secondly. Remember, we have started our body paragraph 1 using the sentence first of all, using these linking words, first of all. And here, because we are explaining the second reason we are starting the sentence with secondly. It is very important. If you fail to state this kind of linking words, uh, your band score will be down. So please try to mention these so that you can get a good band score in writing. I have to discuss this with you because most of the Bangladeshi students, they cannot get good band score in writing. So that's the problem with Bangladeshi people, that we do not follow the formal structure. We just write on our own, but there are particular rules. So if you follow this structure, this framework, you will be able to get good band score for sure. Because if you follow this structure, that the examiner will see that you have undertaken every steps to write a formal essay. So because for writing a formal essay, this is the formal structure where you are using thesis statements, where you are using topic sentences, where you are using examples. So if you follow this particular structure, you will be getting a good band score. But most of the Bangladeshis who attend the IELTS exam, they do not think about this formal structure of essay writing. But this following this structure is very important for getting a good band score. That's why most of the Bangladeshi people, they're very good at speaking, they're very good at listening and reading, but they are getting very less band score, very low band score in the IELTS writing test because of not following the perfect formal structure. So it is very important to use linking words. It is very important to follow the formal structure if you want to score high in the IELTS writing test. So as I was discussing, in body paragraph 2, same as the body paragraph 1, in the sentence 1, you need to state the first reason, and in the sentence 2 or 3, you need to explain the reason. In sentence 4, you need to make an example. Here they have again, they have used references from historical point of view. For instance, so it is very necessary to show your examiner that you are giving an example. In the first body paragraph, when you were giving an example, you have used these words, for example. For example, before giving the example, you have written for example, to show the examiner that you are giving or you are discussing about an example. Here also, you have written for instance. So the same meaning, for instance meaning is for example. So by starting your example sentence with these words, it is indicating to your examiner that you have started writing an example sentence. So you can start your example writing for example or for instance, this kind of words. So Henry Miller decided to leave his everyday job despite a good wage and ventured to become a writer. So they have gone to a historic perspective. They have discussed about Henry Miller. If you don't know about Henry Miller, do not worry. You can give any example from your personal life. So, or if you know any historic event, or if you know about any poet or any writer of our own from Bangladesh, you can write. You can write that. For example, Rabindranath Tagore, he left his education and his job in abroad, and he came back to Bangladesh, or that time it was India. He came back to the Indian subcontinent and started writing his poetry, and he got the Nobel Prize eventually for his contribution in literature. So he left his job, he came back to the Indian subcontinent and started writing, and eventually he ended up getting or achieving the Nobel Prize for literature. So you can also give that example. So give any example that comes across to your mind, no problem. If you know any historic event, that will be better for giving example rather than your personal life. So try to find any historic example or literature example. If you can find it, that's good. If you cannot find it, that's also all right. You can give example from your personal life. So let's come to the conclusion. So in the conclusion, as we are done with the first three paragraph, introduction, body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2, in the conclusion, you need not to write new ideas. So in conclusion, please do not write anything new. Just summarize your opinion. You can write conclusion in 1 sentence or 2 sentences if you wish. Just summarize your previous opinion. So you have stated 2 reasons, right? In body paragraph 1, you have stated 1 reason, and in body paragraph 2, you have stated another reason. So you can restate these reasons in your conclusion. You can restate. You can write about those two reasons. And for starting the conclusion, it is very important that you write to conclude, or you can write in conclusion, then start your conclusion. So these kind of linking words, I am telling you, this is very important. Do not forget to put this kind of linking words at the starting or at the beginning of your paragraph. So in conclusion, you can write in conclusion or to conclude, then you can summarize the whole content. I strongly believe that job satisfaction is more beneficial than higher salary. So you are restating your opinion because it makes people happy. So this was your first reason, and motivated, this was your second reason. Happiness was your first reason because you have written something like that job satisfaction give you inner peace or inner satisfaction. So happiness was your first reason, and job satisfaction keeps you motivated, that was your second reason. So you're stating both the reasons in this particular conclusion. So because it makes people happy, that was the first reason, and motivated, that was the second reason. So for writing the conclusion, you need to start the conclusion using the words like in conclusion or to conclude. Then restate your agreement or disagreement with the reasons that you have already provided in the essay. Please do not write anything new. Just summarize or restate your previous statements in the conclusion. So that was it. That was the essay. I have explained the essay, which is related to agreement or disagreement. So which was related to your opinion. So I have discussed about an opinion-based essay. Now I guess we are done with the part 2 of this workshop. So, if you join with me in this IELTS journey, we'll be exploring more. We'll be exploring different types of essays. We'll be exploring many tips and tricks. And of course, I haven't gone through the IELTS writing test task 1, which is report writing, for a diagram or a chart. I haven't gone through that topic today because the time is very short. But yeah, if you join with me in this journey, the road to IELTS, we'll be discovering more of this. We'll be discovering how to write the task 1, and there are different types of essay in the task 2. So I guess if together we can work together, I guess we'll be able to get good band score, satisfactory band score in the IELTS test, and specifically in the IELTS writing module. So I think, thank you, Mithila, thank you, Tohid, thank you, Masuda, thank you, Komolika, for your nice compliments. So I think if you have any questions, or you can ask anything. So I'm just signing off right now, but I'll be here for answering any of your questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, dear challengers, if you've got any questions, please ask. So our Arifin sir, he's gonna answer your questions. Do you have any questions regarding writing task 2? Please type in the chat box. We're gonna take 1 or 2 minutes. If you have got any questions, if you haven't got any questions, please type in the chat box. How did you find today's class? Is it outstanding, excellent, okay? Type in the chat box, please. How did you find this class? And if you know, I mean, we have got another class, and that's going to be the last class with Mr. Steve, and it's tomorrow, same time in the same place, right? So type in the chat box, how did you find this class? Okay, really, this class was outstanding, superb. Okay, thanks for your compliment. Okay, I think you haven't got any question at all. Okay, so someone asked a question is, okay, no more. Okay, give us some basic grammatical structure that will increase our band score. So, Arifin sir, do you have any answer for this?
I have an answer, but I guess that will not satisfy our the student who have asked this question. There is no magic grammatical structure that you follow and you get high band score. But yes, if you while you are writing, if you use the complex sentence of the structure, so there are 3 types of sentences: simple, complex, and compound. If you should try to write complex and compound sentences more, then you can get a good band score. So they are expecting you to write more complex and compound sentences rather than simple sentences. So do not make your sentences simple. Just try to write complex and compound sentences using the linking words. So that will be beneficial for you, I guess, for getting a good band score.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for answering. So thank you, Arifin sir, for such a class. It was mind-blowing. I was
thank you.
Yeah, I was just enjoying the class as a student. Literally, it was mind-blowing. So thank you for your time today. And we have got so many students. They would like to join with you in your IELTS journey. Yeah, so I know you're busy, and this is weekend, Sunday. Probably you have got some sort of schedules, and the weather is outside in Harlow is so nice. I'm not sure about the Teesside University campus, right? So enjoy that day, and just I'm gonna have probably 2-3 minutes with our student, then we're gonna wrap up the class. So thank you.
Then I'm taking my leave. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I wish the very best for everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah. So dear challengers, can you please type in the chat box if you think that Arifin sir can help you to get your expected score? Type in the chat box, yes or no. Just he had a class with you for almost 80 minutes, and he explains us away. I believe that. I mean, he can help you. What about you? What do you think of? Type in the chat box if you think Arifin sir can help you to get your expected score. Type in the chat box, yes or no. I'd like to see. Very quickly, please type in the chat box. Okay, excellent. Excellent, thank you. Thanks for responding. Now, I'm gonna give you some sort of ideas. And of course, I'm gonna give you the homework as well in a minute. So you're gonna get 60 classes regarding listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Type in the chat box, how many classes will you get? Please type in the chat box, how many classes will you get all together? So you're gonna get 60 classes. Yeah, that's right. Please type in the chat box. I would like to see everyone's comment if you follow me. How many classes all together you get? Just imagine you got a class with Arifin sir and you learn so many things, right? And if you just implement, your band score will be better, a lot more better, right? So if you enjoy 60 classes with Steve, Arifin sir, like such kind of world-class IELTS instructor, what would be your IELTS score, right? So these 60 classes, it cost us 3 lakhs. Type in the chat box. How much money do I have to spend to offer you 60 classes? Type in the chat box. 3 lakhs, right? Because they are not cheap teachers, right? They're very expensive. And you need to, I mean, if you'd like to get the quality thing, you got to pay for it. So there's going to be investment of 3 lakhs taka. Type in the chat box if you can, if you understand it. 3 lakhs, right? Now the course fee is 20,000. Please type in the chat box. 20,000. The course fee is 20,000. Type in the chat box. The course fee is 20,000. Yeah, so which is equivalent to other currency as well, 20,000 taka. And we are looking for only 15 students. How many students we are looking for? Please type in the chat box. Only 15 students, right? Only 15 students. So now this is the good news from hassle-free education. You're gonna pay half of the price of your course, and we're gonna pay half of the price of your course. That means hassle-free education is personally me. I'm investing in yourself. So your course fee is 20,000 taka. You got to pay only 10,000, and we're gonna pay 10,000 for you. It's all together 20,000, and the course is gonna cost us 3 lakhs, and this is how we're gonna manage the money. So you pay 10,000, we pay 10,000, is 20,000 course fee. We are looking for 15 students only, and yeah, that's it. That's the thing. So how many of you would like to join us? Please type in chat box. By the way, if we don't get 15 students, we are not running this course. And you know the reason why. Number one is involves a lot of money. Number two is if the teacher doesn't have a good number of students, he doesn't enjoy the class. And if Steve is very expensive, Arifin sir is very expensive, so we can't help you. So can you remember in the first class, I told you that I think still you can remember the story from Warren Buffett. So a journalist asked him, what's the best investment in your life? And he answered, that was to invest in himself, right? And he bought a course from someone else regarding his speaking, and that course changed his life, right? And some of you asked me the question is, Arifin sir, is how can you do the evaluation and all that stuff? How can you get a better score? So as a businessman, if you ask me how to make £1 million, my answer is find someone else who is a multimillionaire, go to him, ask for help, ask for a mentorship program, and he's going to give you tricks, tips, and strategies. If you execute them, you're going to be a millionaire, right? It's very, very simple thing. Do you understand me? If you understand me, please type in the chat box, understood. So likewise, if you'd like to get a better score in IELTS exam, find someone else who has got a better score. So Arifin, he has got 8 in IELTS out of 9. So all you got to do is you need to find a mentor who can help you through this journey. So do you think Arifin sir is the right person? Steve is the right person to help you out? Yeah. So yeah, so this is the time to think about your investment, and you know, 1 or 2 investment that's going to change whole life. For example, for me, investing in 9,750 to Birmingham City University, it changed my whole life, right? Now I'm living in my dream. So 10 years ago, that was my dream, and I'm living in my dream. So probably you had a dream. So if you'd like to make your dream real, you got to invest in yourself. It's not about the money, it's your commitment, your time, and effort as well. So how many of you would like to join us tomorrow? Please talk with your parents, brothers, sisters, even some colleagues. So think about yourself. Would you like to join us or not? So what I want to say is, I don't like to see you're gonna go there in default mode, right? So can you remember in the first class, where were you? So first class আপনি কোথায় ছিলেন, right? And you came so far, আপনি এত দূর পর্যন্ত এসেছেন। I don't like to see আপনি আবার সেই ডিফল্ট মোড, কি বলে, ডিফল্ট মোডে চলে যাচ্ছেন এবং আপনি সেই আবার after few days you become frustrated, you don't know what to do, whom to ask, and these all of the stuff. So that's why I'd like to invite you to join us in our IELTS program. It's 60 days class, and if you are not satisfied with 60 days, then two things you can do. You can continue the course or you can ask for the refund, right? So yeah, it's very straightforward. We are not here to make money from you. We are here to ask for the commitment. So once you pay 10,000, you are committed and you're gonna attend all the classes on time, and you're gonna do the homework, and you're gonna submit it, and yeah, you're gonna get your expected score. So having said that, I don't like to take any more time. Anyway, we are here to help you, and if you don't go for IELTS course, that's fine as well, right? But Tony Robbins, one of my business mentor, he said either you grow or die. আপনি হয়তো আপনি ডেভেলপ নিজে করতেছেন অথবা আপনি নিচের দিকে যাচ্ছেন, right? So if you'd like to go for advanced level of English, I definitely recommend you join us in IELTS score. If you are looking for multinational what is called MNC job, then you should go for it. If you'd like to find a better job in competitive world, you should go for IELTS. And if you'd like to study abroad, you should go for IELTS as well, right? That's the only thing I would recommend you. So the homework I'm gonna give you today is very simple. Here you go. This is the homework. Homework is how to get 7+ in IELTS writing, right? Your homework is how to get 7+ in IELTS writing. So you got to say, what did you learn from today's class? How do you implement it? How many tasks you got to answer in IELTS writing? How many words should be in task 1 and task 2 individually? What are the factors you should look into to get a 7+ in IELTS? Why should you join Arifinsa? So this is your homework. So please type in the chat box if you know what to say in your presentation. Type in the chat box. I'd like to see if you know. So just type in the chat box, yes, I know. So in your homework, all you got to do is you need to give a presentation. So first of all, you need to ask and answer. Ask and answer. So ask and answer. So what did you learn from today's class? You say, well, I learned so many things from today's class. First of all, what are the modules I got to face in IELTS exam? For example, speaking, reading, writing, and listening. And after that, I have learned so many things about the writing, especially 2 tasks I have to present in my writing test. One of them is task 1, the other one is task 2. So regarding the task 1 is going to be some sort of report writing, and I have to say I have to write at least 150 words, and in this report, and in task 2 there's going to be some sort of opinion based writing, and in task 2 I have to write at least 250 words, right? And today we have learned so many things about the task 2 writing, especially to first sentence should be the paraphrase one, to write down the introduction. Then I got to think about argument, what is called for and against, 2 motions. So if I agree with the questions, then I should write down 2, 3, at least 2 agreement. And if I go for disagreement, so I should write down or point out 2 disagreement. And then I got to create some ideas, and I got to back up with the examples, evidence, or personal opinion. And this is how I need to finish my task 2. And especially if I'd like to get better score, especially 7+ in IELTS writing, I got to look into 3-4 matters. For example, number 1 is the variation of sentences or structure. For example, our Arifin sir advised us to write down complex and compound sentences because it sounds that you know the language, you have got a lot of grasp in writing. And also he also suggested us to go for different types of vocabulary to use, not the daily used one. And this is how we can get a banded score like 7+. And yeah, definitely I think I should join Arifin sir. If I have like 20 classes with him, I'll get a better score. I mean 7+ in IELTS. Thanks for listening to me, right? So the first step is you need to ask and answer. Second step is you got to give a presentation at least 10 times standing in front of the mirror. And the third is grab the phone, record it, and submit your homework, right? So thank you for joining today. Okay, so now the last question I'd like to ask you. So how many homeworks have you submitted so far? So this is gonna be homework number 9. So by this time you had 8 homeworks. So have you submitted all of them, or is still you are thinking you're gonna submit or not? Type in the chat box. Okay, Zeke Zibo said 8. Okay, congratulations. So I can see you're really committed. Abdul Rahman 7. So 1 is remaining. So please do that. Kamal said 6. So Kamal, you got to do 2 more homework or 3 more homeworks by today. Sachin Sharma said all of them. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Okay. Dear team, don't accept any more students because we are wrapping up the class. I'm not sure why they are joining right now. So, okay, thank you. Thank you. So tomorrow's class will be 8 a.m. in the morning. Please make sure you come on time. And after 8 o'clock, especially Steve, he doesn't want to join the class. You know, this is the British time. So this is not the Bangladeshi, Indian, or Pakistani time. So if you don't come to the class on time tomorrow, they will not allow you to join the class. Right? So please make sure you come like 5 minutes earlier to the class so you don't miss even a single thing, right? So having said that, I'd like to say thank you for joining today. And if you have got any questions, please ask me. I'll try to answer it. And if you haven't got any questions, we will wrap it up in a minute. Any questions at all? So type in the comment box if you have got any question. So you will get 60 classes and you will get 20 or more than 20 classes from Arifin sir. You're gonna get I think 20 classes from Steve, and probably what he can do, we can increase the class like 10 more from Arifin sir or 10 more from Steve. So this is how you're gonna get 60 classes. And I'm gonna give you a guarantee. If you commit to yourself and if you do these 60 classes with them, you will see the difference. At the end of the 60 classes, you will say, here I am. Right. So we have got one student, his name is Raihan. So he was really confused whether he should join or not. And finally he joined. And I think a few days ago, Arifin sir, he gave me some sort of feedback. He said, Ryan, he's going to get 7+ in IELTS exam. So in the very beginning, he was confused. He doesn't know what to do. And in 3 months' time, he already achieved so many skills in speaking, writing, reading, and all that stuff. Right. So this is how, yeah. So Vanda said, I just got this link on Facebook. Okay, Vanda, we have got 10 days speaking challenge in the next month. So you will be invited for that. So yeah, stay in the group and try to connect with our admin. You will get 10 days speaking challenge in the next month. Any questions? Where can I get the link to join daily? It's in the Facebook group, and it's also in the WhatsApp group as well, right? So thank you everyone for joining today. So make sure you submit your homework and see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Thank you. Bye-bye.